Hi everyone, my name is Hima, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SA Engineering College. Today we are going to see one of the most important topic in operating system called paging. So the process of memory management is very crucial for every device because it has a direct impact on the overall performance of the computer system. Here paging is one of the key memory management technique which is used by the operating system. The major feature of paging is that it is a non-contiguous memory allocation. That is, paging makes the physical address space of a process to be non-contiguous. There is no need for allocating continuous memory for a process. So next we will see the basic idea behind paging. Before that, let us see what are physical address and what are logical address. The address generated by a CPU, which is known as logical address or virtual address. This will happen during the execution of a program. It is used to access the data and instruction of the process which is in running. The total addresses altogether generated by the CPU, it is known as the logical address space of a process. Like that, corresponding to each logical address, there will be a set of physical address in the main memory. Those set of physical address are known as the physical address space for the process. So when a process is running, the OS has to map the logical address to corresponding physical address. The basic idea behind paging is that the logical address space of a process will be divided into pages of fixed size. Usually it is 4 KB or 8 KB in size. And the physical address space of a process will be divided into equal size frames. When the process is to be executed, these pages should be stored into corresponding frames. So for that address mapping from logical address to physical address, we will be using a special data structure called page table, where page table stores the corresponding frame numbers for each of the pages. So this is a diagrammatic representation of pages and frames. Here the main memory is divided into fixed size frames which is numbered as frame 1 to 9. And a process is here which is divided into 9 pages of equal size. So while this process is running, these pages has to be mapped to the corresponding frames. So there need an address translation from the logical or virtual address space to the physical address space. See, in operating system, this address translation will be done by the memory management unit of the operating system. It is basically a hardware. So MMU is responsible for the address translation from logical address to physical address. So coming to address translation in detail, as I said, CPU generates an address which is known as logical address or virtual address. It will be divided into two parts, a page number P and an offset D, where page number P is used as an index to the page table and the page offset D is combined with the frame number which we will get from the page table, which will be combined with the frame number to get the physical address. So this is the diagrammatic representation of that address translation from logical address to physical address. See here, the CPU generates the address which is known as logical address or physical address, which is divided into two parts, a page number and an offset. Here the page number is used as an index to the page table from where the corresponding frame number is retrieved. This frame number will be combined with the offset to generate the actual physical address in memory. Here it is represented as binary values. This is how the overall address translation happens. Now let us see one example for this. Here this is the logical memory. It is divided into 4 pages numbered from page 0, 1, 2 and 3. And this is the page table where the corresponding frame numbers are saved. This is a physical memory which is divided into fixed size frames. You can see here page 0. This is a page number 0 which is stored in frame number 1. In frame number 1, page 0 is stored. Like that, page 1 is mapped to frame number 4. So in frame number 4, page 1 is stored. Like that, page 2 is mapped to frame number 3. So frame number 3, page 2 is stored. Next, the last page, page number 3, which is mapped to frame number 7. Page 3 is stored in 7. This is how the pages will be stored into the frames. Now let us see page table in detail. So every process has its own page table. Every process will maintain its own page table, and this page table will always there in the memory. And one important thing about page table is that the number of entries in the page table will be equal to the number of pages in the logical address space of a process. This is very important to remember. So a page table entry contains the corresponding frame number for the page. There are two registers which are associated with page table. They are page table base register and page table length register. This page table base register stores the starting address of the page table, and page table length register indicates the size of the page table. Now there are two important formulas which can be used for solving problems from this area. The first one is number of pages. How will you calculate the number of pages? Number of pages is equal to logical address space divided by page size. So number of pages is actually equal to the number of entries in the page table. Then the second formula is to find the size of a page table. Size of a page table is equal to the total number of page table entries into the size of a page table entry. So these are very important formulas to find out or to solve the sums from paging. Next we will see what is page fault. So page fault is a situation where when a process is running, it will try to access a page that is not currently present in the memory. Such a situation is known as page fault. So that means the page referenced by the processor is not currently in the main memory. That is known as page fault. When a page fault occurs, what the OS will do? When a page fault occurs, the operating system has to replace an existing page with a newly required page. How to decide which page has to be replaced? This decision of which page has to be replaced is done or taken by some algorithms. Those algorithms are known as page replacement algorithms. Here we have mainly three types of page replacement algorithms. First in, first out, optimal page replacement, and least recently used page replacement. The first algorithm, FIFO or first in, first out, which is a very simple method. The first page which is loaded into the main memory will be the first page that is to be replaced. It's very simple. Then the second method or second algorithm, optimal page replacement algorithm, where a page that should not be used for longer period in future, that page will get replaced first. The third method is known as least recently used, which means the page which is least recently used will get replaced first. So that's all about the basics of paging. Now let us see some previous gate questions from this area. So first question, in a system with 32-bit logical address and 1 KB page size, use of one-level page tables for virtual or logical address translation is not practical because of the first option, the large amount of external fragmentation, the large amount of internal fragmentation, the large amount of memory overhead in maintaining the page tables, the large computation overhead in the translation process. So here the option is actually C. Why? Because in the question it is given as the size of your page is 1 KB, which is actually very small, and the logical addresses are 32-bit, which means that the total logical address space is 2 to the power 32. So here the page size is given as 1 KB, which is actually 2 to the power 10, and the virtual address is 32-bit long, which means that the logical address space is 2 to the power 32. Then we can calculate the number of pages. for this logical address space as the logical address space divided by the size of the page. So here the logical address space is to the power 32 divided by the size of the page, which will result in a value called 2 to the power 22. So which means that there will be 2 to the power 22 entries in the page table. That many pages will be there. So it's quite long. This happened because the size of the page is very small. So that is why, since the size of the page is very small, there will be 2 to the power 22 entries in the page table, which will result in a large memory overhead. That is why the option is C. Next, we will move on to question number 2. Consider a system with wide addressable memory, 32-bit logical addresses, 4 kilobyte page size and page table entries of 4 bytes each. The size of the page table in the system in megabytes. So here you have to calculate the size of the page table in megabytes. So you already know the equation to find out the size of the page table. Size of the page table is equal to total number of page table entries into size of a page table entry. So here this value is given in the question itself, which is equal to 4 bytes. And we have to calculate this number, the total number of page table entries, which is equal to the logical address space divided by the page size. Here in the question it is given as the logical addresses are 32-bit long, which means the logical address space is 2 to the power 32. And the page size is given as 4 KB, which is equal to 2 to the power 12. So you can divide these two values to get the total number of page table entries, which is equal to 2 to the power 32 divided by 2 to the power 12, which is 2 to the power 20. Now we can find out the size of the page table. So size of the page table is equal to 2 to the power 20 into 4, which is equal to 4 MB. So here the option A is correct. Next, move on to the third question. It is quite easy. The page fault occurs whenever the requested page is not in the main memory, the requested page is in the main memory, an exception is thrown, the page is corrected. You already know what is a page fault. A page fault occurs when the requested page is not in the main memory. So answer A is correct. Next, move on to question number 4. A system uses FIFO policy for page replacement. It has a page frames with no pages loaded to begin with. The system first accesses 100 distinct pages in some order and then accesses the same 100 pages but now in the reverse order. How many page fault will occur? So in this question, it is given as the system uses FIFO for page replacement. So initially there are 4 frames which are empty. So initially the 4 frames are empty. So it will start with the first 100 access. So obviously the first 100 access will result in page fault. So there will be 100 page fault. Again the system accesses the same 100 pages in reverse order. So already the 4 frames are filled with pages. So from 100, 4 is already there. So remaining 96 pages will be there, which will result in a page fault. So total number of page fault will be 100 plus 96. So option A is the correct answer. Question number 5. A multi-level page table is preferred in comparison to a single level page table for translating virtual address to physical address because. So multi-level page tables are always used to reduce the size of the page table. So here the option B is correct. It helps to reduce the size of page table needed to implement the virtual address space of the process. Question number 6. The essential contents in each entry of a page table is or are. So we already know that This page table is used to retrieve the frame number. So obviously the essential content in a page table is frame number. So option B is correct. Now move on to the last question. The minimum number of page frames that must be allocated to a running process in a virtual memory environment is determined by. So always this decision will be taken based on the instruction set architecture of the particular machine. So you can expect theory as well as problems from this area of operating system. I hope you got a clear idea about the paging. Thank you.